Hi, I'm Brendan. I'd like to talk to you today about a question that I read a lot about, that I have a lot of clients discuss with me, and it's how do I get more direct bookings rather than so much business or so many bookings through the OTA websites. And this is a great question. And we're noticing a lot of activity around this, especially at the moment. You've got some of the big chains, the Marriotts, the Hyatts, the Accors. They're all offering special rates to their loyalty members. So if you're part of their loyalty club, they have outwardly come and said, if you are part of their loyalty club, you will get the lowest possible rates when you book via those channels, as opposed to using one of the OTA sites. And I'm sure the OTA sites aren't happy about it, but again, it's important that, you know, as far as improving a high yield is concerned, you want direct bookings, and that's the bottom line. The OTAs are definitely good channels to be on. And there is what some people call a billboard effect. So your brand is having good exposure, like a billboard, out in all these different markets. Some people, it's very important that their TripAdvisor rankings and ratings are high. They also like to get, Booking.com do a similar thing. They give you a score, so that the more you use Booking.com or the more bookings you get, your score goes up. So these companies are very good at basically manipulating things their way, and for just reason. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry for them. But at a property level, we just need to focus on how we can help you get more direct bookings. And there's some clear advantages that can be done. Because if you think about it, from a consumer point of view, it's great to find hotels through some of these portals. It makes it easy. There's price comparison, there's star rating, but the problem is that's where it stops. So everybody looks the same, whether and it doesn't really go into detail about what's unique and different about your property. Yes, you can put that in the text, but the text is small and it's cluttered, and those websites are typically very busy, and every property just looks the same. The only differentiation is the photos, and really the photos are just showing some general facilities. I mean, everybody's got a pool, or the bedroom looks like this or that, or the location is here. It all gets a little bit vanilla. Whereas the advantage with your own website is you can really make your property look amazing. You can put video on the page, you can have large photos, you can fill the screen with great photos of your property. You can put key statements, unique proposition statements, right there on the homepage. So the minute people land on your website, you've made it easy for them to understand what it is that you can offer that your competitors can't. So, you can't do these things as effectively or as easily on any of the OTA channels. So this is the advantage of your own website. Pay attention to that. Use your website as best you can, because when people do go from an OTA site, generally they'll go through to a direct property site just to check it out. And if your website is not as good as the OTA website, then you've got problems. You're probably going to get a lot of bookings from the OTA site. Whereas if as is the case with some of our clients, they have a lot of people come from the OTA sites and make the booking direct on their website. That's the perfect way to have it working. And that's when you've got a richly engaging website that you've got all those messages, you've got video, nice photos. Of course, it's important to really advertise the fact that if you want to put incentives to book direct with the hotel, then it's going to be much better for you in the long run, so that there's a clear differentiation for them when they make a direct booking. Another aspect of making sure, if you are getting lots of bookings from the OTAs, I mean that still has its role, but you need to have a strategy in place that is really capturing the names and email addresses, because the OTAs have stopped doing that now, that you don't get the details, the customer details anymore. They hang on to that. They don't want you, even though that is your customer, not theirs, they don't want you to have that information. So you need to be sure that you've got a strategy in place when they check in, that you are getting their email address. If you can do it beforehand when you get the booking, ring them up and have a chat with them, because this is what the OTAs cannot offer either. They can't offer the service that you do. And really, that plays a huge factor in what the property has to offer, which an online travel agent can never offer. They can't offer a personal booking service that's going to match the customer to the room. And so it's really important that you are encouraging people on your website to offer that service. You know, offer the service where they can connect with you, and you will look after them like nobody else can, because the OTAs just don't have that advantage. If you can ring, if you do get the booking through the OTA, you can ring up the customer and say, I would like to send you our instructions on where to park. I'd like to give you some information, pre-arrival information. It's important that we get this through to you to make your stay more enjoyable. Can you give me your email address? So there's ways of making sure that you are getting that information, because again, the OTAs are very good at using their databases to email people all the time. So you really need to be playing the same game as the OTA companies. They are using the data, you need to use the data as well. So there's a couple of key aspects why it's critically important that you really utilize your own website and to its fullest potential, so that you are leveraging your website and getting and maximizing the bookings out of your own website, as opposed to just relying on the OTAs. So there's a lot more strategies that we can add to that. The key is really having a good understanding of how it works, having a game plan. So again, if you want to know more, and if you sounds a bit confusing, give us a call. We'd love to have a chat, and we can go through this step by step and help put a strategy in place, so that you feel secure, and we will track the data, and that way you can at least be monitoring your progress and build your business at a comfortable level, having your eye on the statistics, having a strategy in place, so that you can rest assured and concentrate your energy and efforts on your guests enjoying their stay.